So, pretty good day for vape mail today. I am 3 tanks through this thing and absolutely loving it. So instead of a long drawn out thing, we're going to go straight out of the intro into the up close. So we're talking about today is the APS from Team Rampage, and here we go. So, never been good at the close-up stuff, but gonna do the best that I absolutely can on this. Cause there's a lot of pieces to this. So, you know, this is the atom. This is the battery. So we can set that aside for later, because that's what the APS was made to go on. To start with, mine came with a phone ringer. I got this in a trade, so mine came, I don't know if this comes stock, but mine came with 2 of these posts. One of them has a larger hole in the bottom and the top, I guess for thicker juices. There's a hole in the bottom here, and a hole in the top here. And this basically feeds, I guess, as you take a pull on it, it pulls juice from the bottom up to the top into the chamber. So to put this together, I have found for the juice that I'm currently using, the tighter one does work a little bit better. So, this is the base, and this piece just goes right in here. Well, yeah, that piece goes right in there. And that is the base of the APS. That threads directly onto the tube of your atom. I need a paper towel. Okay. Once you got that piece installed, the next thing to put on is your tank. The tank, pretty simple, just screws onto this. Make sure you get it on there tight so no juice kind of gets out the bottom. The next thing you have is the pin. Now the purpose of this pin is, I guess, it's what carries or completes the circuit to make your atomizer fire. There's a little hole that goes in. And basically what happens is when you put the next piece on, I guess, which is the Addy deck, I guess from the Genesis world you would call it, the top of it just makes contact or scrubs the bottom of this as it's spring loaded. So as you, well, I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with juice. As you screw this on, it touches the top, completing the circuit. Always gotta be careful with that plastic as not to cross thread it. But you don't want to over tighten that plastic and end up doing something like tearing up the threads. So that's pretty simple. That's how you fill the tank up. The pin goes in the bottom. For thicker VG juices, I have found that when you would use this pin, as it allows more juice to come up. But with the juice that I'm using, it's a little thinner, and so I found I get a little flooding with the thicker pin. So with the smaller one, this juice wicks very well. So the next thing to go on is I guess the air chamber, or you could think of it like Nick called it, basically like a big drip shield. So we'll put that piece on there. The Addy goes into this thing, but first you got to put your air control ring on. Okay. Now, I'm using an HH357 in here. I found that the Addy that come with it was a pretty crappy Addy, and the 357 is just an absolutely epic Addy. So, that's how you put it together. Be right back. So that was the up close, how to put it together and all that jazz. Pretty easy setup. I guess my litmus test for how fiddly something is, I don't know, like a Genesis that I'm fighting a hot spot on, or you know, something along those lines. I am naturally a pretty fiddly person. On my Genesis, I change the coil, Genesis devices, I change the coil every week. On silica setups, I change them every 3 days because I just like a fresh coil. So for me, the Atom is not overly, the APS is not overly fiddly. I have really been enjoying it. Like I said, I'm 3 tanks through it now, and let's have a vape on it and see where we're at. Now, I will tell you, if you do start to feel it get a little dry, you can kind of control how much juice comes in it by turning the air ring to tighten the draw. The tighter it is, the more juice you'll pull up. And like I said, with this particular juice, and I would imagine it's like 70% PG, it is a thinner juice. This smaller center pin is feeding much better than the bigger one. I was getting some flooding with the other one, so the smaller one is for your more PG geared juices. The larger hole one is for more VG geared juices. So let's have a vape. And for those of you who watch regularly, you know that my memory card just got full. So instead of all that again, let's have a vape and see what we think. Vapor production is outstanding. I have a 357 in it, like I was said in the up close, and for me this 357 is killing it in the APS. I've seen some other, actually I've only ever seen one other review for it. Nick reviewed it with the Addy that came with it, and I will tell you that Addy was a total piece of junk. The flavor was horrible, the vapor production was okay, but it just, it's nothing like a 357. So I would imagine if you would spend 140 to 160 on this unit, which is generally what it costs, it comes in stainless, it comes in black, where it comes in kind of a gold color. If you're willing to spend that kind of money on a assisted dripping feeding system, is what I'm going to call something like this, or this class of devices, I would imagine you could spring the 20 bucks for a 357 for a great Addy. After all that vaping I just done on it, it never got dry. The only problem is after about that 4th pull, it was the drip tip did get a little warm, because that was quite a bit of a long time to have been running power to an HH357. Now again, this is just my opinion. I don't know the guys at Team Rampage. I've never even spoke to them. I got this in a trade. Actually, no, I bought this for this full setup, the titanium Atom with the APS. I got, I think, a screaming deal. It was below retail. I caught it on vape auctions on Facebook for 400 bucks from a guy in Germany. Been waiting about 2.5 weeks for it to come in. International shipping is ridiculous. And so, you know, like I said, I don't know these guys. I've never talked to them. I've never actually even owned one of their products before. So between the Atom and the APS, there's no way for a bias here, because like I said, I don't even know the guys. But I'm really starting to enjoy these assisted dripping devices. I've got a Vela Latina coming. I really enjoy the amp tank. And so I guess I kind of look at it like an amp tank that for me is even less fiddly. Because all I got to do if it feels a little dry is just give it a little pull, and I pull some juice up. So, you know, the way it works is that little tube that's down in the Addy chamber, or in the tank chamber, it's got a hole in the bottom and a hole in a hole that goes up to the top. As you pull on it, the I don't know, I guess the, I don't know the right word for it. You know, just the action of taking a draw off of it pulls juice up into this big tank, which you could think of it kind of like a big, maybe like a big drip shield. I think the look is phenomenal. 18500 mode is nice and, you know, not massive. And like I said, now just for me, it's working great. Except for this battery is about to die. Be right back. Gonna get a new battery. Okay, new battery in tow. Now, well, let's have another vape. You hear it? Man, it just goes. I mean, the vapor, it's 357 though. The vapor production is out of this world. Oh, there's my problem. My lock ring is halfway open. Couldn't figure out what the hell the problem was. I had my lock ring on the Atom slightly open. Let's open that air up a little bit more. The draw is a little tight. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm seeing this trend. Like, you know, I love Genesis. I'll always love Genesis. But there are some flavors or some juices that I don't like on a Genesis. I like on silica. And, you know, down in a 357, there's some silica down there. So, you know, I guess I think of it like a silica device that's better flavor, better vapor, but in a really cool form factor in this assisted dripping, you know. And like I said, this is a new trend with the, you know, the UFS, which was kind of the first one, and then the amp tank, and now the, you know, the APS, and then the Bella Latina that's coming. So it's just a new style of vaping that I'm really enjoying. Now again, these are just my opinions. I'm not saying run out and buy one of these. You know, mileage may vary, but my experience with it, 2 thumbs up. I'm, you know, 3 or 4 tanks through it. I'm gonna probably use this thing exclusive here for a few days. Man, it's so good. So we'll take one more vape and, man, that's what I got. Phenomenal vape. If you've got the money to burn, 150 bucks I think, I'll put a link down in the description to where to get it. And that's what I got. It's Jamie J.C. West. If you liked the video, leave me a comment, give me a like, go share it out on the forums. I'd appreciate it. Do me a favor because I stay out of that drama. And be strong, vape on. See you again next time.